look at this. I take a screw, I take a magnet, and I connect them in this way. After that, I can connect them to a stylus battery, like this. And finally, I can connect the battery with the magnet with this electric cable. Take a look. It's moving. I just built an electric motor starting from a few commonly used items. And today I will shortly be able to show you how this very simple system can move also goods and people, and how it's helping us to deal with one of our biggest challenges for the future, reducing the environmental impact of transportation. Hello everyone, my name is Massimo Temporelli. I work in the scientific outreach field, and in particular I focus on the relationship between humans and technology and its effect on society. Today we will find out all about E-Ducato together. It's not just a new green vehicle, but also a genuine new mobility solution. And we will be doing it in the only way we know, by putting it to the test. Coming with us on this journey will be Eric Laforge. Hello Eric, nice to meet you.
Hello Massimo, nice to meet you too. Good morning everybody. We are here today to speak about Fiat Professional. Fiat Professional is a team of professionals working for professionals. Indeed, our payoff is a pro like you. Versatility, reliability, efficiency, and of course, sustainability. We embrace the same values as our customers, and our mission is to make their businesses grow.
Eric, what does sustainability to you?
It has many meanings for us. It means economic sustainability because we produce working vehicles, and it also means environmental sustainability because we make sure that they are efficient and clean. We were the first automaker to introduce alternative fuels to light commercial vehicles with the CNG Ducato, and indeed, 6 in 10 methane vehicles sold in Europe in 2020 were Fiat Professional. And now, in the same spirit, we are ready for the transition to the electric.
A truly great record.
And there's more. In Europe, the Ducato has led the large van segment since 2014. It has been named Best Camper Base of the Year by motorhome fans for the last 13 running years. And last year, it was the best-selling commercial vehicle in Europe overall.
And now, here comes the electric version.
Exactly. Right in the year of Ducato's 40th anniversary. We launched it in 1981, and we've been constantly refreshing it ever since. Orders are open now for the E-Ducato, the new electric Ducato from all Fiat Professional dealerships. E-Ducato offers all the reliability, flexibility, and efficiency our customers are used to, all with zero emissions.
So the focus of E-Ducato remains the customer.
Yes, let's find out about its development. Because the E-Ducato is not just based on customer requirements. It was created together with the customers. A few days ago, we signed a memorandum of understanding with DHL about the E-Ducato, but we actually started working together long before that. 5 years ago, right in the DHL offices in Bonn, and the two persons who started it all, one is in Germany and the other one is in Turin Mirafiori, right now. But we found a way to get them to meet up.
Thanks, Eric. When professional talk to professional, it's very easy to connect each other and to share the real-life matters, aiming to find shared solution. With DHL, this is how we started off, with a shared intent and the fact we immediately understood each other. Fiat Professional and DHL are two leading brands, highly specialized in their fields, and this is important to remark, both strongly innovation-oriented. The partnership between Fiat Professional and DHL, or as I prefer to say, the strong professional attitude we share, led the entire E-Ducato development process. From the customer needs analysis to the product concept, from selecting the objective to testing the vehicle, all this with a mutual, very demanding approach.
We at DHL Express operate around the whole world and connect consumers and businesses in more than 220 countries and territories. For this, we rely on our pickup and delivery fleet that today consists of 14,500 vehicles in Europe alone, of which a majority are large vans that we use for our urban and metropolitan deliveries. Due to our strong commitment of zero emissions until 2050, we work on further electrifying our fleet. To introduce more and more electric vehicles, we examined the whole e-market to find vans covering our long-range and heavy payload routes. And here we are, looking at a van that is fulfilling this expectation.
Yes, Tore, in such perspective, the big fleet, the so-called early adopters and their demanding contribution have been playing a key role in the global electrification process. These days, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to have business relation with large fleet without coming to talk of electric vehicles. But the matter for discussion is not yes or no to electric, but how, whether an electric vehicle can be run at an equal or lower cost, and how to optimize the specific mobility solution. With DHL, we have started a virtuous circle of vehicle development, designed taking all customers as the starting point to be, at the end, fitted to the specific needs of each individual customer. The E-Ducato is the result of an extensive program of measurement and test on various missions with a multitude of variables of use. Started just with DHL, or to be more precise, just with Tore in 2016. We took into account dynamic, routing, load and environment data to deep dive into how customers operate in real-world conditions. 2 years of data gathering, over 4,000 connected vehicles, over 50 million kilometers run. The E-Ducato was created fit for mission to meet any need, starting from the requirements of a large logistic operator as DHL, today and tomorrow. We started with the customer and we are back to the customer.
Now that the E-Ducato is designed and has been handed over to us, we moved on to the actual testing phase. Together with Fiat Professional, we trialed the E-Ducato in tough tests under different real-world operating conditions, like very low temperatures, extreme slopes, long distances, etc. All of this was done to check its response to the whole range of DHL usage patterns. And I can say, we are quite happy with the results. And so we can continue on our sustainability plan of 60% pure electric delivery routes until 2030.
Yes, I can confirm. You have pressed us and pushed us to the limits. And the magnitude of our effort on E-Ducato was really impressive. It was a no compromise approach from the very beginning. Our customers have partnered with us in this challenge and in this difficult journey, which is just only the start of the game for both of us. Ducato has been the point of reference in its segment for over 40 years now. And our challenge is to maintain this leadership and to become the benchmark with the electric version 2, 100% Ducato and 100% electric.
Very interesting. I can't wait to try it out.
We'll start as soon as loading will be completed. Let's go.
So Eric, as Domenico Gostoli said, 100% Ducato, 100% electric. But be honest with me, Eric. Can you really do everything with the E-Ducato that you can do with the internal combustion version?
Well, this is really one of the strengths of the E-Ducato. It is the only electric large van available almost in all the body types, all the length, all the wheelbases, and the height of a basic model. So virtually all the variants and trims of normal conventional Ducato now available with the zero emission Ducato. However, you can choose among roughly 400 versions or configurations of the E-Ducato.
Wow. Eric, but who is the electric Ducato designed for besides door-to-door delivery operators?
Loads of customers are very curious about the new E-Ducato, from professional transport fleets to builders and craftspersons, up to municipal service providers. But there are also many of us who until now have never considered to buy an vehicle.
Yeah.
So we've created an app for each customer to easily calculate the advantages of purchasing an E-Ducato. Do you want to find out whether an electric vehicle is the best solution for your business? You can do it by downloading the Profit app. But it doesn't end with the app. We've used data gathered over 2 years of testing to develop a complete set of tools for professional users.
Yeah.
Services for professional features not included in your usual infotainment system. For example, you set the size of your vehicle, including conversions, roof rack or trailer, and the sat-nav automatically knows not to take you onto roads that are too narrow or into restricted eye tunnels. The system also has many features that can be operated remotely. The fleet manager can easily find out the mileage, location, service status and maintenance requirements of each vehicle in real time without leaving their offices or by connecting from the airport or their home via smartphone or tablet. We have an expert who can elaborate on this. Let's call him.
Hey Eric, where are you? Don't say, I'll tell you myself. I can see you on my screen. You are about to reach Milano. You have already traveled 40 kilometers at an average speed of 78 kilometers per hour. And you have 330 kilometers of remaining range. Your vehicle is in a perfect health and is expected to arrive at the delivery address by the set time. I can see all this in my Fleet Manager, a full suite of fleet management services. Via web platform, fleet managers have all the tools to control, analyze, plan and manage at their fingertips. All vehicle data are available there to improve fleet efficiency and productivity, reduce cost, prevent risks, and ensure the safety of both vehicles and drivers. But fleet management solutions are only one part of the services provided by the Mopar Connect telematic box. With the U-Connect Live app and My Assistant services, you will never be alone on a journey. If necessary, you have a call center open 24/7, which knows where you are and is ready to send assistance wherever you need it. to minimize downtime. And in case the vehicle is stolen, the system can locate it and stop it being restarted to make it easier to recover. With my remote control, you have full remote control over your E-Ducato. Have you forgotten whether you locked the doors or the tailgate? Can you not remember where you parked it? Would you like to receive an alert if the driver puts the foot down on the accelerator or leaves a preset area? It couldn't be easier. And there's more. My car sends you a monthly report by email on your vehicle's health with recommendations for its care. My Journey helps you reviewing your journeys in detail. And My Charge, specifically developed for the E-Ducato, assists you with everything has to do with charging, from planning to finding the nearest charging points. Depending on emission, you can decide on the power needed for the vehicle. And depending on the weather, you can also schedule the air conditioning. Efficiency, reliability, vehicle protection, but also passenger comfort and safety. Our connected services offer an extended range of solutions, all in the most convenient and easy way.
We still have 330 kilometers of range left. Really not bad.
It's now 325, to be more precise.
Okay, but let's imagine some extreme situations. Let's suppose that last night I met my possible future soulmate and I forgot to charge the van. And as I realized that, I'm way out in the countryside.
We have a variety of ways to help our customers whose minds are elsewhere. Step one is to switch to the drive mode selector. We are now traveling in normal mode, an optimal balance between performance and cost. But if we want to keep my range, or I want to keep my range as high as possible, I can move to eco mode. If I have an heavier load than usual, or if I am on a steep slope, I can go always with the drive mode into power. When the charge level falls, I can avoid range anxiety thanks to the turtle mode. It works like a mobile phone. When the battery is nearly empty, it activates automatically and limits the vehicle performance, guaranteeing from 8 to 10% more range, about 30 kilometers in our case. We're coming up to a roundabout. The best thing to do is to turn on e-coasting, to slow down without pushing the brake pedal, using kinetic force to recharge the battery. With e-coasting on, regenerative braking maintains even more the vehicle's range.
Eric, let me think of some other extreme situations. I'm still here in the middle of nowhere and I've developed a battery fault.
If you were in another vehicle, you would have had a huge problem.
Yeah.
But it's not the case. You are on a E-Ducato. Courtesy of recovery mode, the E-Ducato is the only electrical CV on the market that never stops. The E-Ducato has from 3 to 5 battery modules, and with recovery mode, if there is a problem in one cell, the others carry on working and keep you working too. You can therefore plan the repairs you need once your job is done, and you don't lose your working day.
That's great. By the way, resolve a curiosity of mine. Where is the E-Ducato produced?
In two different places. The vehicle base is assembled at the Ducato's historic plant, the Sevel plant in Atessa, Abruzzo, the first ever automotive LCV joint venture, and also the longest lasting. 40 years ago, the partnership between FCA and PSA began there. We could say that the Ducato anticipated the creation of Stellantis by 4 decades. Sevel is the largest commercial vehicle factory in the world. the top in terms of technology, efficiency, flexibility, and product quality too. It's enough to say that Sevel has the capacity to produce over 300,000 vehicles a year and smoothly managing variants of the model. I told you earlier, think, on average, it takes about 2 weeks for 2 completely identical vehicles to roll off the lines.
It's really a factory. It's more of a tailor shop. Tesla is the first home. But what about the second one?
Go online and let's have a look.
Hello everyone. The second home of the E-Ducato is here in Turin, within the Mirafiori complex. Mirafiori is a center of excellence in electrification, where we produce over 8,000 units per month between cars and electric vehicles, of which close to 1,000 can be E-Ducatos. This is where the donor vehicles arrive from Atessa, ready for the electrification, which is done in this truly extraordinary place, Costruzioni Sperimentali, an area dedicated to the production of models that require great flexibility of execution, such as special and emergency vehicles. E-Ducato is then taken from here to be distributed all over the world. The E-Ducato is based on the principle that it should not be the customer who adapts to the vehicle. It should be the electric vehicle that adapts to the customer needs. This is also a technical principle, which our engineers followed, for example, in deciding the right layout for batteries and components. The starting point is all-forward architecture, a feature of Ducato since its launch 40 years ago. Courtesy of its front-wheel drive, and therefore the lack of bulk under the floor, the Ducato offers the largest distance between the side rails in this segment. This architecture enabled us to develop the first methane-powered commercial vehicle 25 years ago. And now, its current evolution represents the perfect fit for our electric vehicle. This layout means we retain a large space for the batteries under the floor, and that we can keep the vehicle's load capacity intact, from 10 to 17 cubic meters of volume, and a payload up to nearly 2 tons. It also has other advantages. It optimizes the weight balance, lowers the center of gravity, and gives the Ducato great drivability and handling. The Ducato was created to fulfill customer expectation, and we must keep into account that LCV customers have built their business model and their working patterns on the performance of the diesel version, in terms of payload, power output, torque, and available specs. To be fit for mission and to ensure customer business continuity, the Ducato had to reproduce precisely these characteristics, and that's why it offers diesel-like performance. 280 Nm of peak torque, 90 kW of maximum output corresponding to 122 horsepower, and acceleration from 0 to 50 in under 5 seconds. The same concept, adapting the vehicle to the expectation and needs of the professional user, took us to defining the range and charging times. The Ducato achieves up to 280 km of range in the WLTP cycle, which means about 370 km in urban conditions. And this is even more important for its specific usage. Moreover, charging enough for 100 km takes less than half an hour. Another fundamental customer expectation is flexibility. To suit any LCV mission perfectly, the E-Ducato offers modular solutions, 2 different battery packs, making it currently the best in its class for in-car electric capacity, up to 79 kWh, and 4 different charging configurations, best in class in this respect too, with AC charger from 7 to 22 kW and a 50 kW DC charger option. Another point very close to customer heart and wallet is the residual value of their vehicle. We offer up to 10 years warranty on the battery modules. That's usually more than 2 usage cycles. Purchasers of a used E-Ducato know that its battery may still be under warranty. Thanks to its fit-for-mission concept, its long list of best-in-class features, and this durability statement, the market experts estimate the E-Ducato residual value to be higher than a similar diesel vehicle. Earlier on, we saw how conceptually simple an electric motor is. That simplicity translates into lower maintenance costs. Indeed, for E-Ducato, 40% lower than a conventional vehicle. So, a longer warranty, higher residual value, and lower operating costs mean we are in line with diesel vehicles in terms of total cost of ownership. Total cost of ownership parity shows the extent to which the E-Ducato is a sustainable vehicle, not only from an environmental point of view, but also from a business standpoint.
Eric, if I have understood right, that means that considering its whole life cycle, an E-Ducato costs the customer the same as a conventional vehicle, right?
Exactly, but there is more to it too. To speed up the transition to electric, as a group, we've built a complete ecosystem of services around our models.
I find that fascinating. We are talking about the social aftermath of technological change, and that's precisely my field.
The objective remains the same. Customer shouldn't notice the difference. To achieve that, we've created a 300 degrees network ranging from our apps, developed to offer remote control functions and to simplify the user experience. To partnerships with energy providers, we've signed agreements with NLX or NG to offer all-round solutions. From access to public charging stations via app, to full management of the easy wallbox, the personal charging system, which we have conceived as a stress-free plug-and-play solution for customers. We deal with the authorizations, the system installation, and even the solar panels.
This is fundamental because one of the primary concerns of those who want to switch to electric is having to change their habits. But you offer everything that's needed for the new mobility experience to be natural, with no inconvenience to the business, right?
This ecosystem is rapidly evolving. The next step is vehicle-to-grid. That is the ability to connect the vehicle to the power grid and to use it like an accumulator that can resell electricity when there is a spike in demand. There is a vehicle-to-grid hub already operational at Mirafiori, close to Turin, developed together with ENGIE, EPS and Terna. Once it will be fully up and running, it will be the biggest in the world, with the capacity to connect up to 700 electric vehicles and 12,000 solar panels to charge their batteries during the day. In the future, it will be also possible for the E-Ducato to be V2G connected and generate revenue even when the Ducato is stationary.
I see we are back in town again, and we are coming up to the delivery address, right?
Electric vehicles are mainly designed to be driven in the city. And in fact, more and more municipalities are now prohibiting entry to their central areas to internal combustion vehicles. So if you don't want to severely limit your business, the E-Ducato is the answer. And mind, the electric model is but the first of a great Ducato news of this year. Ducato is preparing to make a surprise gift to its customer for its 40th anniversary in 2021.
Here we are, we've made it. Our delivery is for a really special customer, Alberto Nobis, CEO of DHL Express Europe. Great to meet you, Alberto.
My pleasure. Welcome, Massimo. Welcome, Eric.
It isn't every day that you get to meet a top manager at a global logistic operator. And I like to ask you what DHL thinks about electric vehicles.
Electric vehicles are very, very important. Our strategy, of course, is comprising a lot of different elements, but our ambition is really to become zero emission by 2050. So we need to look at every single component of our assets. We are aware that we have a big responsibility because more or less 8.5% of the entire CO2 of the industry is produced by DHL. So we know we need to do something. We have started a long time ago to think about it, and now we are renewing our commitment. Recently, we have developed the new strategy by which we will spend 7 billion euro in modernizing the infrastructure, and that's very, very new in the industry. And of course, in that context, the electric vehicle is an integral part. The commitment is by 2030 to have 60% of the entire fleet electrical. Is a big jump. That means in Europe, for the business I look for, is something like 14,000 vehicles that we're going to buy. So it's something that is very, very important. And we really like this partnership with Fiat because we had not just the opportunity to share our expectation, but really to build this vehicle on our specification. So it's a vehicle that is able to address all our needs in terms of activity. It's got the battery allowing the driving distance that we need, more than 200 kilometers is very important for us, but also the capacity of the vehicle, all the different elements are really built on our specification, and that's very important because it will allow us to achieve this target to accelerate our electrification of the fleet and ultimately, step by step, being able to achieve our zero emission ambition by 2050.
Thank you, Alberto. To be praised by one of the leading global express logistic operators is a source of pride for us and is a strong signal for the market.
But Eric, why have we brought here a piano?
Because this piano has to do with us. Well, with the E-Ducato, we are entering in the age of zero emissions. This piano has to do with sustainability, because the word sustainability comes from sustain, and this is also the name of the piano pedal used to prolong notes. So, sustainability has to do with harmony, with time and with durability. And those are the values behind our work on E-Ducato. The E-Ducato has been made to sustain this kind of transportation we are looking for: flexible, efficient and emissions-free. With the E-Ducato, we set the tone for the future.